Okay, let me see if I can figure this out here. Uh, this is the wrong size. Okay, I think I got it now. So I haven't streamed in a while because this is a little bit of a different platform and took a little bit of getting used to, although it is pretty good. Um, I wanted to get more comfortable with it before I started streaming with it. And then I had to stream it differently because it wasn't working, and then a bunch of other things. So it's been a while. But I have been trading a little bit, right? Not nearly as much as I would like to, but with the schedule that I have, it's trading on a lot, placing a lot more trades and trading on a lot bigger time frame than before. So I don't really look smaller than the hourly recently anymore. The last trade I had was from the 825 when it was just chopping around up here. I spent several days in that trade because we were in this tight range on the US 30 from, I would say, let's see, I think I got in on the 20th, and it wasn't until the 25th where I actually made and hit my target from the 825 to the 575 for 250. Um, I was looking for re-entry, but I missed my chance at it to try and take it down to the 250. But around the 250, I saw this divergence. So I think I took a shot at the 325 and that missed, and then the 250 worked out, and that was another winner from 250 to 500. From there, I think I tried to play uh, the downtrend that if you looked at this, it looks like the beginning of a downtrend making a new low. I thought that okay, there's some resistance up here. It it could probably push it back down for new lows. So I took a shot at the 575, which didn't work out because it looks like this diver. I was concerned about it because it was right after a divergence, right? So usually after when a divergence works out and it hits this new high, um, I think a lot of people got faked out. Actually, I think there was a lot of traders that I was following that was like, okay, let's look for it to look at this as a retracement and look for it to make another impulsive move back down. However, we were all wrong. Even up here, even after this, because there was so much resistance uh, back here previously. I think what this was, hindsight being 2020, is that it all the orders got used up. All the sellers here already took their sells, and they maybe already took their profits, and now there's no more resistance up here. It was all used up throughout this entire week from the 20th to I guess like the 20th, 25th. It was all used up. Um, so once I saw this right here, it's not trading view, so I can't get the replay. But once I saw this candle, I was like, you know what? It didn't break uh, this yet. It didn't break the previous resistance zone. It's really close. It's kind of like a coin flip situation in this case because this is where it becomes kind of subjective. Making new highs and making new lows or whatever. Because some people are going to be like, "Oh, that's close enough," because it closed above the wicks, or it closed above the bodies. I'm sorry, but it for me, I use like the actual. I set my alerts up to be the actual wicks, so I had an alert kind of like up here. Um, and then I saw the pullback, and I was like, you know what, pullback. It's not like a divergent pullback. Um, let me see if I can try and re-engage. But I didn't. I think I was like this. I was like, okay, I wasn't that interested in shorting this, which I think what where a lot of people were like, oh, I was wrong down here, so I should short up here. I wasn't interested in that necessarily because the RSI at this point is already above 60, and I don't really see any kind of divergence here. If this made a new high, and then this made a new lower low, higher high, and then a lower low, that would have been divergence. I may have looked for a short opportunity there. However, I didn't get that. So I was still looking for longs, but the way that I set it up is I was too conservative. So you see my limit order down at the 575. I wanted it to pull back all the way to this previous area of resistance. Well, actually, not even resistance. Um, this previous area, this pause area that is more obvious if I go on like the um, maybe the daily is even more obvious. No, not quite as much. Okay, let me do the 4 hour. This area right here where you have just a little bit of pause hesitation before a new move down. Although you get a lot of buying pressure with the wicks on the 4 hour, that makes it more obvious. Um, Even though despite the move down. So I was looking at this area to be to for the re-entry point. So that means 575 ish. I considered the 750 675 because that's the next major quarter, right? 750 would have been here, and it's just like you have the 4 hour close above 750, so you take it. Um, Although the RSI on the 4 hour isn't that high, but you could make the same case. I usually look at this on the hourly. So you have the hourly close above 750, even above the 825. So you can so that's a piece of confluence to take entry at the 750. I'm usually gun shy about this though because it's too close. I want more room for a pullback, honestly. Just the way that I like to trade. I just to be more conservative, I guess. I want more room for a pullback. This is too close to the major quarter for my cup of tea, personally. Especially because this is a fresh. This is not like a move where it was a strong uh, uptrend to begin with. This is like the first impulsive move off of uh, what was technically a downtrend before, right? Range bound and then downtrend before. So definitely was very gun shy about taking the 750. I considered taking the 675 down here because it was just like it was front loading a little bit. It was a front running a little bit of this area that I was interested in. But I was like, you know what? Let me be conservative. Let me just take the 575. And clearly, hindsight being 2020 and all that, the 675 would have worked amazingly. Um, the 675 would have given me the 250 in the course of a day today. I missed it. I'll admit. The alternative is that when I see this, when I see it at 675, when I see it hit 675, and this is something that I'll consider doing going forward because now I'm more familiar with this app now. Once I see it hit 675, instead of taking 675, the safe play would be to place a buy stop order and take it off the move up from the 750 all the way up, which also in hindsight would have worked. Now that's a move that I've done before, but it's something that I is not really one of my go-to moves. My go-to moves are typically try to essentially pick the bottom. And a lot of people are like, you should never pick bottoms, but that's what I do. Essentially pick the bottom and try and catch it. Now, I think that is it's the reason I think most people don't like that is because it's probably not the best move if it's your only move, right? It's probably not the best trading strategy if that's your only move in your bag. Um, and so, and that probably explains why I've been kind of uh, my balance here. I don't know if it shows on the screen, but my balance has not been very moving very much. It's just been a lot of break even for like 2 months. Granted, I don't trade nearly as often anymore on this account because I'm busy doing other things. However, that's part of adapting your strategy to adjust for your life, not adjusting your life to fit trading, but adjusting your trading to fit your life. Um, so that's part of where that's coming from, and I think the best uh, new addition to the strategy, right? A new move to add to my repertoire would be to once I see um, the backup order level hit, then do a buy stop. I've done it before, but I think I should be doing more of it. That way, I can have in this. If I saw this in this situation right here, I'm like, okay, I have two orders. I can either take it all the way at the 575, or I can take the buy stop on its way up at the 750. Either way, I have the bullish bias. Um, the only way I would lose the bullish bias it is if it came all the way back down to here to 250 and broke below this 250, below this low, making a lower low, or if it made a low and then a low here, so it's a higher low, but that's not enough. If it makes a lower high and then makes a lower low, which is still not lower than this, if it makes a low, a lower high, and then a lower low like that, then that would also give me a bearish bias then. Even if this wasn't broken. So if one of those two situations happen, I'd have a bearish bias. But right now, I definitely have a bullish bias. And so at the moment, after that long rant, uh, I will place. I don't like how I can't just place an order with the mouse on this. It's a little clunky. I still can't get used to the order entry. I have to. It's very much manual. But I'm typing it in 33675. This is the part I still like TradingView way better. But this app is free, so I guess can't complain too much. I'm looking for 750 to the 4,000. So even 4,000. So right here. Okay. Now that this low has been established, I'm interested in taking it, and I'm also going to add the backup order. So I'm going to move this up, okay, to the 675-ish, and then I'm just going to clean it up. How do I clean this up? Oh, wait a minute. Working order. See, this is the kind of fumbling that I wanted to avoid. I have something.